What I have here is the 10-inch Ridgid table saw. This has the soft start capability, 30-inch rip capacity, 4-second blade break, and also has a lifetime service agreement that's offered by Ridgid. So we're not going to mess around too much today, so we're going to get an unbox and review this thing. So let's go ahead and crack the box open. These things retail for about $550 if you're interested. And I got this on a Black Friday special, but I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go check it out. And if you get it from Home Depot, they offer the lifetime service agreement. So Home Depot is the carrier of these Ridgid tools. So more or less, when you go to unpackage this thing, the stand and the wheels and the accessories for the table saw itself are going to be on top of the package, and then below is the actual table saw, which makes sense because you would put the heaviest item in the bottom for shipping purposes. They definitely packaged it with plenty of foam, so there's hardly any risk it's going to become damaged, because I was impressed how much foam there was in this thing. But you see I'm just putting all the stuff to the side here. And the packaging, like I said, wasn't banged up or anything when I got it, so I wasn't worried about actually having a damaged product. And now I got it unpackaged, so let's get this thing put together. Total time for this assembly was probably about 15 minutes. Definitely got to use the instructions to see exactly where everything goes. It does have numbers on each joint, which is very helpful when you go to put it together, so it's almost, you can't really mess it up. But it definitely was something that was easy to do, and if you have simple tools, I had a 1/2-inch socket with me, and it came with Allen wrenches because some of the screws require Allen wrenches. And a lot of the bolt sets that came had the spacers for each joint for that stand because it's foldable, so it's definitely going to help it from wearing out prematurely. And I have a Craftsman tool set that you see there, very handy. And then to install it on top of the stand, very simple, 4 bolts and then an Allen wrench to tighten them up. So now we're going to install this anti-kickback mechanism. In order to do that, just fold this lever down here. So it's like that, just fold it back. Then there's a button you clamp together. And it has a slot right here. So you take that slot and slide it right into this groove. So push the button, slide it in. You hear it kind of fall into place. Oops. There it is. The anti-kickback mechanism's on. And then to put this saw guard on, or the blade guard I should say, this little pin here will slide down in this groove, and then we're going to unlock this by using this lever. That's lock, that's unlock. So it's unlocked and it's going to slide down into there. So first, put the pin down into that part, slide it down, and then lock it into place. Now it's on nice and snug. This should be the same level as the table. So you don't want this pointing up, because that means this blade here, the ravening blade, needs slid back down or up to get this angle right. And to take it off, you just reverse it, undo the lever, flip it up, and then just push that in to get, so push this together, pull it up, that comes off. So to get this blade to go back down, there's a lock and unlock right here. So that's locked, so pull it up, and that's unlocked right there. And then slide it back down or move it up, whatever you got to do. And it does stop in certain sections easier than others, it seems like. And push that back down to lock it. And then go ahead and reinstall this piece. Just slides back over the blade. And then turn that, and that's how you lock it. So to store this under here, you just slide it down this little slot and just kind of catches in there. And then to store this, flip it upright, and it just slides in here like so, and it just kind of snaps right into place. All right, before I make a cut with this thing, I'm going to show you some features it has. So here's the fence. It works really nice. I tried it earlier, but I'll go ahead and do it now. Just unlock it, and then it slides. Seems to move very smooth. Doesn't really want to bind up too easy. And whenever you get it on your measurement, So let's say 6 inches. We just push the lever down and it locks just like any other table saw really. And I already showed you this, but that's how you get into the saw blade to change it. And down here, here's the guts to it. But in order to change the bevel of this blade, you come down here, unlock it, and then instead of rotating this, you grab it from here and twist it, and that moves whatever degree you want. So as you can see, we're at a bevel now, and just rotate it. I'm going to go and zero it back. Since I'm going to make a cut, I'm going to rip down a 2x4 to show you guys. So get it where you want, and then lock the lever. Boom, we're back at 0. And to move the blade up and down, you simply just crank this one way or the other, and then turn this to lock it into place, and unlock it. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to about there, to about right. That's about 2 inches to rip down this 2x4, and go ahead and lock it. Here's off, lift this up, here will be on, here will be stop. It's not plugged in yet. And one cool thing I like is we got a push stick right here, right in the side, pulls out, and it slides right into a groove. So that way it stays in there and doesn't get lost, which I like that. And if you look over here, this is another little guide you can use. You can just turn on whatever degree you want, and you slide it right in here. And this is where you unlock this, adjust to wherever you want. So that way when you're ripping something down at an angle, you just slide it, boom. And zero that back. Always zero everything before I put it away, so when I go to use it, it's not all messed up. So put this back in here, and it slides in and kind of locks into place, which I really like that. And down here is how you fold and unfold this thing, which I'll show you that after I make a cut. Here's where you can hook up something to collect the sawdust if you want, and I already showed you where you store the anti-kick paws there, and you got your blade guard there, and a nice place to roll your cord up. I haven't even plugged this thing in yet. And right here's where you lift and roll this thing around. Seems to roll real easy. I like it. And this thing's actually relatively heavy when you go to lift it up by yourself, so I'm glad it came with a stand. If you want to make this table bigger, all you got to do, go to this lever underneath here, unlock it, make sure you unlock your rip guide, and then go ahead and just grab it from this end and pull it, and it makes it just about as wide as you'd want, really. I mean, you could easily rip a 4-foot sheet of anything on that. And one thing I noticed is this tape measure rolls with it, so it makes it longer or wider width to whatever you're going to do with, depending on how wide the table is. So if you slide it back, you notice the table tape measure moves with it. So that's something I haven't seen before. That's really cool. All right, guys, we're going to rip down this little piece of 2x4. So let's, it has that soft start, so I'm curious to see what that sounds like exactly. But let's go ahead and just rip this down. Let's just go ahead and rip it down to 2 inches. Let's try that. All right, we got it 2 inches. It's locked, and it looks like the blade's deep enough. Good. So here we're going to go ahead and turn it on. All right. Oh, nice. I like how the electric brake worked. I'm going to show you that again. Here's on it. You can hear it do a slow start up. All right. I like that. It kicked off really quick. That blade quit turning real fast. All right. So yeah, it cut it real easy. Works very nice. Real similar to any other table saw, but definitely does the job. We're going to see how easy it is to fold this thing up and move it. All right, just so you can see up close, push down, fold up like this, tilt back, then it locks, move it around, and then undo it. You just push down on it and then just kind of get it away from the latch. All right, and then just tip it back to where you want it. Boom. Pretty simple. And before you throw your booklet away, be sure to register your product with Ridgid, so that way you can get the lifetime service agreement that's offered by them. And if you want my final thoughts on this, I think for a saw that's around $500, $550 any given day is what's priced at right now. I'll be honest, I don't think you can get a better piece of equipment. I mean, this metal it's made out of is definitely, you can tell, solid. The saw itself is solid. The convenience of being able to flip it up, move it around, that's worth $200 right off the bat to me. And just how easy everything worked up here, and how nicely this piece moved that blade up and down. I mean, I really like it. I only used it that one time for that cut, but all in all, after I use this thing for a year or so, I'll probably give you an update on what I actually could tell after using it a lot. But I do a lot of trim work, and if you're new to this channel is all about building your own house, saving a ton of money, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And I review tools and do all kinds of odd and end DIY things, so I'd look forward to seeing you on the channel. So be sure to like this video and share it to anybody interested in this Ridgid table saw, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.